Okay, let's dive right into this explainer, and honestly, let's just cut through all the noise. There is so much hype out there right now, right? You hear about AI replacing entire companies, generating passive millions while you sleep, doing everything short of brewing your morning coffee. But look, if you're a solo entrepreneur, a freelancer, or running a small business, you don't need hype. You need a practical, affordable system that actually gives you hours of your week back. So today, we're going to roll up our sleeves and build exact, working AI systems that genuinely move the needle for your business.
Let's kick things off with this massive statistic, 77%. According to recent 2026 industry data, that is the current AI adoption rate among freelancers. Let that sink in. What this number tells us is that using AI, it's no longer just some fringe competitive advantage. It's the baseline. It's the new normal. If you're ignoring this and stubbornly sticking to totally manual processes, you are literally working significantly harder to get the exact same output as your peers. You're giving yourself a huge productivity penalty, and we definitely want to fix that.
Which brings us to the absolute core problem we are tackling today. You're not doing your job anymore. You are babysitting tabs. If you're a solo worker, I know you feel this one in your bones. You're just drowning in scattered software tools, endless browser windows, and administrative chaos instead of executing the high-leverage, revenue-generating work you actually started your business to do in the first place. You've kind of become this human router for information rather than a creator of real value.
Our goal today is to break you out of that trap. Here is our blueprint. First, we'll look at the solopreneur time trap. Then, rule-based versus agentic AI. Next, automating admin and triage. Then the content repurposing engine. And finally, your 72-hour action plan.
Let's jump right into part 1, the solopreneur time trap.
So, research actually shows that 33% of entrepreneurs identify email management as their single biggest productivity killer, beating out every other task. Non-revenue generating stuff like inbox triage, scheduling meetings, endless data entry, these are the absolute biggest drains on solo founders. It's this thick administrative layer that just eats up your entire morning before you've even had a chance to sit down and do the deep work that actually pays your bills.
To solve this, we really have to understand the tools we actually have at our disposal, and the absolute crucial point here is demystifying the difference between a simple chatbot and an AI agent. Now, a chatbot, like your standard ChatGPT or Claude, is great, right? But it just generates text in a little window. You ask a question, it answers, but you still have to manually copy, paste, format, and execute the action yourself. An AI agent, on the other hand, autonomously operates a computer to execute multi-step workflows. It doesn't just draft the email, it actually clicks send, updates your CRM, and schedules the follow-up for you.
Moving on to part 2, rule-based versus agentic AI.
Now, the way we handle digital work has evolved a lot. We obviously started with manual labor, where you're just doing everything yourself. Then we moved into traditional automation, using tools like Zapier to kind of wire webhooks and APIs together. If this happens, then that happens. But today, we are moving way past that era into autonomous AI. We're talking about tools like Sai or Alfred that operate directly on your desktop or in the cloud. They can actually see the screen and execute tasks dynamically, even if the software you're using doesn't have some neat, pre-built API connection.
And the contrast here is just brilliant. Traditional rule-based automation is fantastic, for sure, but it's really rigid. It requires APIs and follows these strict, unbending paths just to nudge data around. Modern agentic AI, however, uses visual verification. It can literally click, read, and type into any interface exactly like a human would. If a website changes its layout tomorrow, a traditional automation instantly breaks. An AI agent, it simply looks for where the button moved and clicks it anyway. It's a total game changer.
Let's see this in action with part 3, automating admin and triage.
Okay, I want you to imagine having your very own AI chief of staff. Here is the exact workflow for rescuing your inbox. Step 1. A client email arrives requesting a project update or dropping a new task on your plate. Step 2. An AI agent like Alfred reads the email, completely understands the context based on your previous history with that client, categorizes it, and drafts a precise reply for you to just quickly approve. Then, step 3, based on the contents of that email, a scheduling tool like Motion automatically takes the new task and slots it right into a protected focus block on your calendar. It defends your time based on your personal energy patterns and your upcoming deadlines. The work is literally planned out before you even open your laptop for the day. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, this level of automation is going to cost you thousands of dollars a month. But let's ground this technology in reality for a second. Let's look at a lean, realistic budget, what we call the coding founder stack. This includes Motion for your scheduling, Notion AI for documentation, Otter for your meeting notes, Linear for project tracking, and Loom for asynchronous updates. The total cost for the whole shebang, just $81.50 a month. This effectively replaces the need for an $800 a month part-time project manager or virtual assistant. You absolutely do not need a dozen expensive enterprise apps to get enterprise-level leverage.
All right, part 4, the content repurposing engine.
Let's look at how we can scale your visibility online without sacrificing your entire weekend. Here is the exact life cycle of a modern content piece going through a repurposing engine. Step 1, you record just one long-form video or podcast. That is your only manual creative input. Step 2, you feed that file into an AI tool like Opus Clip. It analyzes the video, identifies the absolute best viral hooks, and cuts it up into a dozen polished short-form clips. Finally, step 3, a tool like Blatato takes those clips, writes platform-specific captions, and automatically distributes them across all your social channels. You still maintain that human-in-the-loop oversight to approve the final outputs, but the brutal heavy lifting of editing and formatting, that is entirely outsourced to the system.
So let's talk about the actual business return on investment here. A solopreneur might easily spend 15 hours a week doing manual editing, writing captions, and posting across all those different platforms. But by utilizing an AI repurposing stack, that time drops to just 3 hours of recording and strategic oversight. Think about that. That is 12 hours reclaimed every single week. You can use those hours to take on another high-paying client to refine your core product, or hey, simply to log off early and enjoy your life. This isn't just internet hype, this is a highly tangible business asset. Which brings us to our final section, part 5, your 72-hour action plan.
Okay, we've seen the systems, now here is the strict, no-nonsense blueprint to actually implement this without catching shiny object syndrome. Over the next 72 hours, I want you to follow this exact plan. First, audit your workflow for 3 days. Be ruthless, track exactly where your minutes go. Second, identify your absolute #1 time drain. Is it email? Is it formatting content? Maybe it's invoicing. Figure it out. Third, apply the one job per tool rule. Please do not sign up for 5 different platforms today. Choose exactly one specific AI tool designed to solve that one specific bottleneck. And fourth, implement it and measure the actual hours saved. If it saves you time, keep it. If it doesn't, drop it and move on.
I want to end this explainer with a really powerful philosophy to keep in mind. AI handles the tactical execution. You handle the strategic vision. AI is a force multiplier. It's not a replacement for your taste, your relationships, or your unique creativity. By automating all that mind-numbing busy work, you elevate yourself from being an administrative assistant in your own company right back to the CEO where you belong. So my final question to you is this. What is the very first tactical task you are going to hand over to AI today? Take that step and go reclaim your time.